All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. My name is Felix Machine. I serve as Deputy Chief of Staff to County Executive Ball in Howard County. And I want to thank you all for joining us today for this very exciting announcement. We're very grateful to be here at Busboys and Poets with so many community members and lovers of poetry in Howard County. Before we start our program, I just want to take a moment to recognize the elected officials and dignitaries who are with us here today. So with us, we have Delegate Jessica Feldmark. We have Hunter Craig on behalf of Delegate Vanessa Atterbury. We have Percy Hofstein on behalf of Senator Guy Gazzoni. And we have Howard County's Poet Laureate, Drew Thomas. So to kick off our program, I'm going to invite up Renee May, co-chair of HOCO Pulitzo, to share a few words. Thank you.
Felix. My name is Renee May, and I'm a co-chair of Howard County Poetry and Literature Society, HOCO Pulitzo, which over the past year has been celebrating 50 years of bringing world-class writers to Howard County. But during those 50 years, we've also showcased exciting new writers. We've always taken a lot of pride in identifying authors before they make it big. And perhaps it's that spirit that underlines our enthusiasm for the Youth Poet Laureate program. We had the delight and privilege to once again partner with the Howard County Arts Council and the Office of the County Executive to help select the second Youth Poet Laureate of Howard County. On behalf of many people who worked hard behind the scenes to make this happen, and in the shadow of HOCO Pulitzo's own legendary former artistic director Lucille Clifton, it's my honor to welcome you and to thank you, Busboys and Poets, for opening your arms and creating this welcoming space for the celebration of our dynamic young poets. Let's clap for Busboys and Poets. Over the past year, HOCO Pulitzo was given the pleasure of choosing the panel of judges who received and reviewed the Youth Poet Laureate applications. These included a selection of the applicants' own poems, as well as a story they chose to tell about what writing poetry has meant to them and what it would mean to serve their community as an ambassador of poetry. This distinguished panel consisted of some of the finest poets and poetry educators in our region, including Naomi Ayala, Ashley Elizabeth, and Sylvia Jones. Their recommendations were sent forward to Dr. Calvin Ball for his consideration and his ultimate selection, which has remained top secret until today. HOCO Pulitzo looks forward to engaging with the Youth Poet Laureate at events all around the county this school year that will inspire and uplift our community, just as we did with My End Win over this past year. But I know we are all brimming with excitement, so I'll keep things moving by welcoming the Executive Director for the Howard County Arts Council, Colleen West, to the stage.
Okay, good evening. I'm Colleen West, the Executive Director of the Howard County Arts Council, and it's good to be back here in the Lucille Clifton room to announce our second Youth Poet Laureate. I'd like to take a moment also to thank My Ann Wynn for an inspirational inaugural year and for helping shape the program for future youths. The Youth Poet Laureate program is a great platform for young artists to share their voices, their stories, and their vision, and to take a leadership role as an ambassador of youth and the literary arts. And I'd like to thank you all for joining us and supporting them this evening. The program is also a wonderful opportunity for the County Executive's Office, HOCO Pulitzo, and the Arts Council to work together to provide leadership opportunities to young writers and celebrate their creativity. I want to thank County Executive Ball for fully embracing the idea of a Youth Poet Laureate position and for using his position to lift the program up and amplify their voices. His response when first approached about establishing the program was, "Let's do this." And it's been a pleasure working with his team to make it a reality. I'd also like to thank the Hoco-Palizzo team, Tara Hart, Pam Simonson, Tim Singleton, and Nicholas Trapper for bringing their expertise to the process and for putting together another outstanding panel to review the applications and recommend this year's Youth Poet Laureate finalists. I too would like to thank our esteemed panelists for their time and thoughtful review of the applications and for continuing to set the bar high for the program. We are truly fortunate to have such incredible artistic talent in our community. And we are fortunate that our county government, under the leadership of County Executive Ball, is expanding its support for the arts through record funding and developing new art spaces, such as the new Cultural Arts Center that is just going to be blocks away from here, and creative new initiatives like the Poet Laureate and Youth Poet Laureate programs. Please join me in welcoming a true visionary and friend of the arts, County Executive Calvin Ball.
Thank you for that very warm introduction, Colleen, and thank you for your leadership, your vision, and your partnership. I'm delighted to be here this evening as we officially introduce you to Howard County's next Youth Poet Laureate. Howard County is incredibly fortunate to have such an active and vibrant literary arts community where poetry and creativity thrive, especially among our students and our young people, transcending the bounds of any geography or frankly anything that we can imagine. From our schools and libraries to our downtowns and main streets, the arts are the heartbeat of Howard County, breathing life, imagination, and meaning into our daily lives. Within this thriving arts community, the Howard County Poetry and Literature Society and the Howard County Arts Council stand as true beacons for artistic expression and creativity. Through the years, Hoco-Palizzo has fostered an appreciation for literature and the written word from countless audiences, allowing attendees to interact with some of the world's finest writers and thinkers. This past year, Hoco-Palizzo celebrated 50 years of literary excellence, 50 years of creative thought, and 50 years of unforgettable writers coming to our community. I want to thank Hoco-Palizzo and the Arts Council for their continued efforts to cultivate a strong literary community and encourage our current and future generations of writers and poets here in Howard County. Partnering with the Arts Council and Hoco-Palizzo, we created the Youth Poet Laureate program in 2023 with the goal of enhancing and uplifting the role of poetry in our community and among our young people. Last year, we were especially proud to appoint Mayan Nguyen as Howard County's very first Youth Poet Laureate. She served with distinction, creativity, and heart. And we are so thankful for the light that she brought to this role. Tonight, I'm thrilled to join Hoco-Palizzo and the Arts Council as we announce our second Youth Poet Laureate for Howard County. Our Youth Poet Laureates represent some of the most gifted literary talents, sharing their love of poetry with people of all ages and backgrounds throughout our community. Our Youth Poet Laureate serves as an ambassador for literacy, the arts, and youth expression in Howard County and beyond. Our Youth Poet Laureate demonstrates the passion for poetry and its power to connect our communities through local readings and participation in civic events, including those in our school system. We know that poetry has the transformative power to shape our emotions and help us share the meaning of our experiences, allowing us to to see each other and ourselves a little more clearly. By amplifying the youth voices through poetry, we not only nurture creativity, but we also ensure that the next generation has a platform to be heard, to inspire, and to lead our future. With this charge in mind, I'm excited to introduce Howard County's Youth Poet Laureate for the 2025-2026 academic year. Our Youth Poet Laureate is an avid writer and student at River Hill High School. She is active in her school community, participating in the theater, wind ensemble, jazz band, and marching band at River Hill. As a poet, she has excelled in the Poetry Out Loud competition, earning first place at River Hill, then going on to become Maryland's state winner, and ultimately a national semifinalist. Through these experiences, she has seen firsthand the power of youth involvement in the arts and how vital it is for our young people to have a voice. And tonight, it is my great honor to introduce you to her, our next Youth Poet Laureate. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Penelope Tofigh.
Hello, my name is Penelope Tofigh, and I am thrilled to be serving as Howard County's next Youth Poet Laureate. I want to begin by offering my gratitude. Gratitude for all of you here today, all of you who sustain the arts in Maryland, and all of you who have paved the path that led me here. None of this would be possible without any of you. I understand the growing importance of my job in this position, which is to help foster a vibrant community within the niche of poetry and arts as a whole. I'm prepared to do all that I can to get this job done. My goal as Youth Poet Laureate is to help instill confidence within the young people of Howard County in regards to poetry, of course. I believe that every person who reads, writes, and recites poetry deserves to feel secure in their understanding and passion for it. I know that if I didn't have the teachers, family, and mentors that I have, I would be nowhere near the person or poet that I am today. That is why it will be my mission to share that experience with the next generation of artists. Anyways, since I'm wearing my heart out on my sleeve here, I'd like to share some of my poetry for you all. My first poem, I'll be reading two poems. My first poem is called Campfire, and it explains how we all contain multitudes, whether that's in a feeling or a moment or throughout your entire life, and kind of how that plays out. So yeah, Campfire. I am the fire. I am the smoke. I am the wood that's still burning. I am the fire. I am filled with rage, hot with passion and anger, red and orange. I am a beacon of light. I contain the power to destroy, to burn. Unpredictable and uncontrollable, I am the fire. I am the fire. I am the smoke. I am the wood that's still burning. I am the smoke. I cling to those around me. I linger until scrubbed away, remnants of the past floating up to the sky. My body is ever changing and never truly seen. Rising and fluid, I am the smoke. I am the fire. I am the smoke. I am the wood that is still burning. I am the wood that is still burning. My skin has been forever marked, hot to the touch, slowly disintegrating. I writhe in pain, victim to the fire's fury, left alone to cool off, charred and unrecognizable. I am the wood that's still burning. I am the fire. I am the smoke. I am the wood that's still burning. All right. My next poem is called Progression, a Conversation with My Brother. I wrote it as a means to encapsulate the excitement of like a young child growing up, and then through that process of growing up, you kind of realize it's not all that it is cracked up to be. My brother and I used to talk of the future, with flying cars and robot butlers. The future was a bright and glorious place for two small children. As time goes by, we realized how silly we were. Progression lurches along at its own pace. And in the meantime, we still have to clean our own rooms. Before we know it, the future catches up to us. But not the future that we giggled over. In this future, we are too busy to dream and too tired to laugh. Lying on the dead grass of our lawn, I ask him, what is it that we can do? And he responds, what is it that we can't? Growing up through chutes and ladders, we always seem displaced, climbing up to the sky only to fall in the dirt. It feels the future is not meant for us. My brother and I used to talk of the future, but it has become too daunting a subject, a question-filled gray area. Now, we only talk of the past. But the grass underneath me grows green, and I find the strength to smile. Because tomorrow will arrive, no matter what. Because tomorrow is as bright as we make it. Because tomorrow is what we will become.
Penelope, congratulations again on your appointment as Youth Poet Laureate, and thank you for sharing your work with us tonight. It was very moving and of the moment and relatable, so thank you so much. I look forward to hearing more from you over the next year, and I can't wait to see how you will use this platform to advance poetry and literature in our community. In fact, I'm going to take this opportunity to enlist your support. The Arts Council is leading an effort to develop a new county-wide arts and culture plan, and we need your support to ensure we have youth perspectives included in the new plan, and we would love to have you lead a youth-focused group on that. And to all of our guests here this evening, thank you for coming tonight. We invite you to stay and meet Penelope, and be sure one of these cards, be sure to take one of these cards or snap a picture of the QR code to take the survey on arts and culture for the new plan to be successful. We need your voice and your input about arts and culture in the county too. So thank you, and I'm going to invite our speakers back up for a photo, and we'll be down in a moment, and you'll be able to talk to Penelope yourself. So thank you all again for coming, and we'll be right with you.